If you're watching this, then you're interested in a budget instrument, and you want to know if you can get something decent for a very low price point. Now, this is the absolute cheapest bass guitar that I could find on Amazon. It's called the Amoon Jazz Bass. Simple, straightforward. It costs $170 Canadian, around 100 US, or give or take. I've looked into some reviews to determine if it was really even worth the effort. But my goal with this guitar is to modify everything on it. I just need at least a solid foundation, and that's what I'm looking for in this case. But I'm also going to be looking into if it's reasonable enough to use on its own. I wanted to keep it simple and straightforward, so I'm just going to start off. I'm going to unbox it, look at this sucker, and see how it goes. First thing that I noticed about it was that it is very light. The package itself came in around 10 pounds. It's advertised to be made of basswood, which is supposed to be a pretty light wood in the first place, so that's great. Right off the hop, it comes with a free cable and a wrench for the truss rod, which is good. The cable is a 90-degree to straight, so that's nice. Hey, this packaging. Not too bad, but okay. Alright. This is not half bad. From what I can see here, the action seems to be alright out of the box. Might need a bit of an adjustment. Yeah. And like I was mentioning, the body is really light. Actually, the neck is fairly heavy comparatively. But that's not too bad. It's your typical Fender knockoff, really. I'm noticing right off the bat that the frets are a little sharp at the end. Continuing to take a brief look over the guitar, I do see a couple of things that I really like and a couple of things that make me a little questionable. Not in terms of whether or not it's going to be a decent guitar in the first place. I think I've already decided that it seems, in terms of build quality, that it's going to be just fine. But a couple things that I really like is that it does use a triple layer pick guard. Another thing that I do really like is that the tuning pegs are open gear on the back, and they seem to be alright. I haven't really fiddled with them too much yet, but they do seem to be pretty good. They're very much covered in styrofoam though. Otherwise, though, something that I do notice is that there are some smudges on the knobs and just kind of in a few places. So that's something to think about. I don't think it means anything. It's just maybe not the most polished out of the box, but that's okay. It's very dusty as well, probably from manufacturing and from sitting in a warehouse. So that's okay. I can handle dusty. I can clean it up. Alright, so there's 2 layers of plastic protecting the pickguard as well. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is, but it's well protected at least. Oh, that second layer was a beast. Anyway, ooh, looks much better. Now again, as I was mentioning, what my goal with the guitar is, I'm gonna upgrade everything on it. So that's really all it is. My first impressions are that it's cheaply made, as you would expect, but it seems like it shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna get it tuned up and take it to the studio and give it a whirl. Alright, so I've got the thing tuned up and it's ready to go. I didn't actually adjust the truss rod at all. It's got a little more bow than I maybe want to see, but I can adjust that later. I just wanted to get going to see how it plays and whatnot. The tuning pegs are surprisingly nice quality, I would say. They really... So I'm just going to get my system going here, and we'll see how it sounds. Okay. Okay, so I've got it all tuned up. Uh, right off the bat, I noticed the tuning pegs are actually surprisingly good on it. Um, they they're really tight. They adjust well, and they seem like they're going to hold pretty well. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm pretty pleased with how it's set up, how it feels. That body really is light, um, and the finish is really good. The picker looks good. Uh, yeah, overall, visually, I'm pleased with it, and build quality seems very reasonable for its price. So I'm pretty happy so far. And something else I can notice, if you can hear this, I'll turn the channel up a bit. You can probably hear as I expected, because I wouldn't expect it to be done right off the bat. Um, the electronics cavities need to be shielded. There's some signal interference coming from it, which, again, that's not unexpected. All right, yeah. So initial first impressions, the instrument really is, um, it's basic. It's straightforward. Um, it's a no frills sort of beginner instrument, as you would expect from the price range, but it's not a piece of garbage, and I'm actually really excited to start working with it. As I said before, I'm gonna upgrade pretty much everything on it. The electronics, the bridge, the nut, the tuning pegs, everything. And I'm kind of excited to do that because I think this is a really, really solid starter base, and I'm looking forward to keeping my hands on it and doing some work to it. So I'm going to go clean this up, and thanks for checking this out.